Marcus for the past.
This is what we need.
Tyler Perry Studios.
What did he say? Why did I get married to? Guys was out on the jet ski.
Why you treating me so bad?
So you have all the answers, don't you?
What happens?
What's going on here?
Stop.
Mrs. will be
My past, and there ain't no future up in that way. Begin again.
What do you want me, Chris? Will be uncovered.
You about to lose your wife! Listen to that voice on the inside that tells me when a man. You don't want people to know?
He's coupled.
You okay? We're fine.
Be something in them 14 years that you fight with a person when whatever it is. Be something in them 14 years that's never been closer. Not make.
Woman, makes a happy home. I wouldn't know anything about. You okay? We're fine. Can't understand when a happy. Margarita. You okay?
Come on, that intro. Hello. How is everybody doing? Last minute, YouTube tried to do some copyright stuff with me with that intro, so I had to tweak some stuff. I will fix that in post. Welcome. How is everybody doing? Get on in here. You already know how it goes. You guys, we had so much fun getting all into Why Did I Get Married Part 1. I felt like we should come back for Part 2, and here we are. Remember where you are, and remember to hit the like button, engage, support, super chat, like, share, all those good things, not only on my channel, but everybody here backstage who is streaming as well. Not gonna waste no time because we got a whole lot to talk about. Ashley, with the sweet perspective, how did it feel to go back and watch Why Did I Get Married To?
Messy. Cause did we get resolution on stuff? I don't know. Them last 10 minutes watching it again after all these years, I was like, what in the world? There is some diabolical, toxic work into. I know the first one was okay. This one, I feel like they took it to a whole other level, Tyra. I don't know.
It was worse. I was like, how we get worse? It'd be different if we came back here with the same problems, but it was almost like Tyler felt like, you know what? We need to make people who maybe wouldn't have acted like this in the first film act a whole donkey fool. And I just feel like that was so unnecessary. My next guest has not been here for a little bit. I think the last time she was here, we discussed Queenie. I am so happy that she is here and she is going to give us some of her time and she's going to tell us, why did I get married to? How are you feeling it, Monique?
Girl, this was a sequel, baby. I remember seeing it in the movie theater, you guys, and I feel like, by the end of it, it felt like, okay, so that's it. Like, that's how we're gonna do it. Like, I still love the film. I enjoy it. Every time I watch it, I enjoy it. I'm not gonna lie. And it is really one of my favorite films from TP, from Tyler Perry. I feel like this was part of his golden era, if you will. I agree with Ashley. A lot of diabolical behavior was displayed in this sequel, and I really can't wait for us to dive into it, as well as some triggering things as well that we can definitely dive deeper into. So let's get into it.
Yeah, absolutely. Kay in the back with the books because she be reading them books. Kay wasn't no book for this one. How did it feel to go back and revisit Why Did I Get Married To?
More ridiculous than when I seen it the first time.
Did you have fun with it like we had fun with that first film? I didn't remember it being this bad, honestly.
Just like when I went back and watched the first one, I was just like, dang, the writing in this was terrible. And then this one, which I already knew was not as good as the first, I was like, he was on something with this one. This is Why Did I Get Married To was unnecessarily wild. Unnecessarily wild.
It was wild. Yeah.
Well, shout out to the 70 people already here in this live, and we just got started. We love to see that. Anybody who may happen to be here from Dom Screen Static's channel, Dom might be running a little late. As soon as he gets here, I will definitely add him to the chat, but we are going to go ahead and get started because, baby, conversations need to be had. Conversations need to be had. This was real funky. We got to talk about just how funky it was. Starting here with good old Terry and Dianne. Now, I do understand that just because we went back and watched it doesn't mean that y'all did. So, of course, we have to do a refresher on their little funky marriage. Let's take a look. Let's take a look.
They're funky.
Funky marriage.
It is.
It's gonna be me and your mom, remember? Okay.
And what do you know about it, Kenya?
You look good, girl.
I feel good.
You glowing, girl. What, you pregnant again? He knocked that up again.
No, after the surgery and untying my tubes, I'm just happy he has his son, you know? He's happy. He said they're doing great.
That's Pat, honey. They're always great. We're great.
You're right. She does say that a lot. Well, I'll talk to her.
Put your shirt on, Tyler. Keep it on.
Oh, Lord.
Phil.
Who's Phil?
You're funny. Who's Phil? No, I meant I'm going to go fill the tub so we could take a bath. We'll figure everything out.
You wearing that to work? Sexy.
Y'all are terrible.
Sorry.
Y'all in timeout.
What?
You're happier than I've ever seen you. From that day to this one, you started taking a whole lot of care with the clothes you wear, panties you wear. From that day to this one, you just get happier and happier.
Makes me...
Don't make me think I'm crazy when I know. I know. Tell me. Is his name Philip? I'm trying to fix this, okay? I'm trying to save us. I'm trying to fix this, but you keep lying to me.
He's funny. He makes me laugh, and he's an attorney. He invited me to dinner.
February 17th. I can smell him when you walked in the door.
We did not do anything. I spoke to him on the phone, and I talked to him through email. It was harmless.
What happened on March the 8th? Were you with him that night?
I saw him that day, yes. Terry, I love you.
When we were having sex, you were thinking about him.
Oh, Terry, please. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please, I won't ever see him again.
Actually, I'm gonna throw you away. And
I'm not the planner memorized, baby.
I'm gonna throw you away, Ashley, at 2.5. Why are you over there all giggity? I'm not gonna play with you.
Because it, like, sir. 736. 736, the number of times we made love. Like, I cannot with Tyler in these dates, sir. Why didn't you confront her on them dates? But you done made a mental Rolodex and calendar of all the, you came in and you screwed my brains out. Like, okay, take the win, Tyler. A win is a win.
No, because you did this. No, let me read. Because you did this last time. We're not finna do Terry. Terry and Dianne. We have our son. She went all the way back and untied them tubes from the first film to, give old Terry here what he wanted. And from the looks of things, this just feels like this was a Band-Aid baby. Dianne has been lying and emotionally cheating with a lawyer. Terry, Dianne does not want you, baby. She don't want you, baby. She don't want you. She does not want this man. Like, there's like emotionally cheating, but she is like hella invested. She is invested Baby, we tweaking the clothes, the underwear, the perfume, the panties, and she is smiling cheek to cheek. She can't walk around the corner without one of the friends saying, "Girl, you're glowing, you're beautiful." Like, whoever's making you this happy, keep it going. Like, Terry at a boy. This has absolutely nothing to do with Terry. And the fact that he asked her the first time and confronted her, "Is his name Phil?" And she said no. Like, she just persists on lying. She lies here. She, brings flowers home that the man gave her, talking about they smell good. Like, this is just real funky. And I just really want Terry to divorce Dianne, because there should have been no coming back from this. Monique?
Wow. That was a lot. Between 1 and 2, Terry, Tyler Perry, Tyler Perry. Okay, I see what he did there. I feel like he was a good husband. You know what I'm saying? Like, the first one, he was patient with his wife. We have to be fair, right? Because oftentimes in these, not even just these movies, in society, is the roles are reversed, right? It's the man that's the workaholic. It's the man is the one all day at work and neglecting his home. So, the first one, he was holding the family fort down. And then the second one, it's like he just keep catching L's. Now she in love with another man. She got a whole work husband. Listen, it's bad when you ain't even smashed and you picking out your underwear and your panties and your perfume. I mean, she didn't even get a taste of it yet. And look how she feeling. So I feel for Terry. I do. Now, like Ashley said, I like the keeping the dates and the times and the months and the. So you sat on that for like 3-4 months and just, I don't know. But I will say, his secretary skills are really impeccable, because very precise. Very precise.
With that being said, Monique, I'm gonna go to the person on the panel who rarely feels anything for Terry. Ashley, what you got for this couple?
I don't have anything on it. I don't have $1. I don't have $5 on it. I don't have anything on it, because the way she in his face said, "Were you thinking of him?" And she said,
yes.
That was diabolical work, girl. You don't admit that. You don't admit that? No, baby. He just got me started, but you were the one who finished me off. You got to stroke his ego a little bit. You know what I mean? You don't, come on. I could teach her some game real quick. But no, this is just a wreck and a mess. He should have left before. Here's my thing about TP, right, Tyler? He wants a man to be a victim so bad that this just, to me, was unbelievable. Like, I don't believe it. I don't believe it, sir. You've been making notes in the margins all this time while she's been living her best life and smiling. She was wrong. Yes, she's diabolical work. But again, you should have divorced her when she laid on the table, got her tubes tied without telling you in the first movie, sir. Ease on down the road.
Kay, give him some kind words. Do you feel sorry for Terry?
Oh, you wanted me to just say something kind?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm the only nice one tonight. Oh.
Come on, Kay.
Because are you paying attention to your own draws as much as you paying attention to hers? I'm so confused as to why that is relevant to anything at this point. And you knew, first of all, she gave you another child. She ain't even want to do that. She ain't even want. Do you know how much of a process you have to go through to tie your tubes up, then untie them, heal from that, then have a child, and then heal from that? And first of all, and you knew in the first movie that she was more of a career woman. She wasn't that into you in the first place. Okay, y'all was in a whole cabin away from the children and distractions, and she still ain't want to give up the draws to you. So at this point, Terry, you the problem, because why are you still?
Wait, you know what? Wrong. I'm not gonna play with y'all, Kay. I'm not gonna play with you.
Wrong. Y'all
I'm not
are
gonna play with Ashley, because we went through this last time with y'all just going in on Terry. Like, this time, Terry ain't do nothing, because the first movie, Terry was trying to be a little controlling with the work situation. From the looks of it, there has been some compromise. Terry done backed off at work. We doing what we need to do in our marriage. We even have a son now. Like, we're happy as far as I'm concerned. And then I'm getting it in. I couldn't get none last movie. I'm getting a lot now. But it's not even for me. It's for your sorry lawyer coworker. Child, the way she acted, if that man would have smelt her wrong, she would have gave it up. Like, girl, just go, just go. Just go.
And he giving this whole speech to her the wrong time, and I see you've been switching it up, and you've been smiling and stuff. Ain't no real nigga finna sit there and have these conversations, girl. Ain't no real man finna sit here and talk to you about these type of feelings and stuff.
Say something. I agree that 80% of the male population would not stand for this. I agree. But through my recent life experiences, there are some men, a small percentage, there are some men who I know have taken their girl back after cheating. It's rare. It happens. There are men who are insecure. And there are men who would stay in a relationship like this. So is it rare? Yes. But I promise you, there is a percentage.
Do they like other men?
What'd you say?
Do they like other men?
No.
You don't want that man. Weenie her general. We don't do them weenies around here, baby. You know my rule. You cheat once, you gone. You forgiving nothing. I wouldn't expect you to forgive me, and I ain't trying to forgive you. And if you rolling up on me like Terry, telling me 732, the number of times we made love, child, it's too late. Our relationship already over. Terry's supposed to handle it. This is when he's supposed to do his grandstands and move out of the house and get his own spot with them children. This is the moment, Terry. Like, she's invested. There is, a little chummy, like, no, she is.
In the grand scheme of things, is this really enough to end a marriage? And I feel like
she's just not that into you.
On top of everything that happened in the first film, this is definitely this is what, a third strike. We had the tubes tied. There was the lying, the whole situation, and they were both at fault. But with everything they've been through, there was no more room for error. Like, girl, this is the last straw.
Yeah.
Clearly, you don't want to be with me. I wish you would just say that so I can get a divorce and you can go over there and be with a lawyer and live your best life. But she don't want to do that.
And I see somebody in the chat asking, cheating isn't a deal breaker for everyone. It's not. But at this point,
not for
she's just not that into you.
We went over that last time.
Do you think that? Because sometimes long-term relations, let's be real now. I have a lot of married friends. Sometimes in long-term relationships, things fizzle. It gets a little dry. It gets a little stale. And, sometimes you need to spark it up. So I think the spark has...
Was there ever a spark?
I have to assume because she did bust it wide open for him and gave him a kid. So I have to.
Was it a pity baby?
That was a Band-Aid baby.
Exactly. Was it a pity one though? Because I'm thinking it don't look like the spark was even sparked up the first time.
I have to.
Dianne want a single lawyer. Like, I'm out here living my, closing these cases, and then later you gonna get these drawers on top of this desk in this office. That's what Dianne want to do.
She want to live like Maddie Schwartz.
She want to live that like she does. Then this is not the place. Getting into more hot mess, we have old Marcus and Angela here. Of course, we have to have a refresher on these two. Let's see what happened with them in the second film, child.
My husband Marcus want to get a hoe's number, calling all hoes. And then when he gets a job, he's gonna start talking back to you, telling you how much money he's making and how much he making more than you. Because your name is spelled Sneaky.
I'm not giving you my password.
Why?
Because you ought to trust me.
You lay your cell phone face down on the table, and then when you get text messages, you read them away from me like you just did. Being crazy. Who did you have at my house in my bed?
How many times I gotta tell you? Nobody. You're trying to make me lose my job.
I don't give a damn about this job.
You're so damn evil.
Yeah, you ain't seen evil.
Is that you on Sports Shuffle?
You know what? Shuffle that food down your fat ass throat.
Go. Take the damn cell phone. All right? The password is your damn birthday.
And his mileage in the car. His job is 10.5 miles.
We need the money because your damn salon ain't bringing in jack.
I check the mileage when he goes to Terry and Diane's house.
Are you listening to anything that I'm saying or just the crazy people in your own head?
That means he came from Keisha's house. He rode to the store to get some breast spray. I don't know why I act so crazy. Sometimes I feel like you might end up leaving me one day for some cheerleader.
Is that what you've been thinking about? Those days are over for me. Believe me.
I don't know. I just wonder, like, why do you want to stay with me?
Girl, we all wonder the same thing too. Why? Why, Marcus? Why, Marcus? Marcus, you could have had anybody, baby. You could have had anybody. Now this hot mess here. Angela being threatened by Marcus's job. Now, baby, all last film, we was going in. Marcus paid the rent this month. You know, let's all drink to that. He was a bomb. he wasn't nobody. He ain't got nothing, gonna have nothing, because this is my money. You need this money and mine. I gave you this opportunity. Now this man has a job and he is clearly supporting the business while the salon is on the downslide, but she has a problem with that. She's back drinking. There is no trust between them per usual. I mean, well, from the looks of it, he trusts her, but she does never, ever trust him. There's this obsession and there's these constant cheating allegations. This is just not a healthy relationship. I don't know who would want to be with Angela. Angela is like borderline bipolar. there are some serious issues.
Yep, Dom.
Baby.
His queen.
If you have to be in a relationship and you have to invest half your day tracking mileage and reading into and doing like sneaking around corners and reading emails and tracking phones, no, who has time to do that? Just break up already. And then we have this situation of, oh, I'm sorry. There's this forgiveness. I should have trusted you. You were never sleeping with somebody in my bed. That was, our little gardener dude. You're not cheating on me. You love me. You are working this much. And then she finds a second phone. So why do we have a secret second phone? What is really going on here? Okay.
She's sitting there asking, why do I act like I do? Because you're crazy. Why are we not in therapy? You're doing everything in the world but going to see a therapist. You tracking blood pressure, a heartbeat count, the password, the time you pull up to the car, the mileage. Did you check how much gas was put in the tank too? Did you check to see if it was one side of the pillow cooler than the other side? You're doing everything in the world but going to see a professional, because that's the only person that's going to be able to help you, and Jesus, because he's at this point. Because what are you really doing? It sounds like self-sabotage. It sounds like attachment issues. It sounds like childhood trauma, and nobody deserves to put up with your mess if you're not even going to try and fix it yourself. You coming over to somebody else with a whole lot of flaws and a whole lot of reacting and emotional dysregulation and projecting onto somebody else instead of taking a look in the mirror and saying, you know what, maybe I should fix the broken things in me. But no, you're trying to fix somebody else's brokenness, and they ain't even ask you to do all that because they're trying to heal and you not.
I would love for her to, because her whole thing is, I'm doing this out of fear that the way my behavior is, you're going to leave me for some, like we're stop. Well, you're not even
self-fulfilling prophecy. You're becoming what you're afraid of.
Ooh, preach.
Ashley,
she's a draining individual. There is no way. I don't know. I don't know what it is at this point that keeps Marcus there. It's untenable in my mind. The fact that she's yelling and screaming all over these people's airport, the fact that she's still drinking, the fact that she's still swinging, the fact that she's got a butcher knife and blickies hidden around the house, ready to unalive him at any moment. This is toxic. It's volatile. These are the relationships we hear about on the news in TikTok, where somebody snapped. She's always on the verge. And I think for everybody's sanity and for his safety, he should run for the hills from which cometh his help, because she's ridiculous and annoying. Oh my gosh. I couldn't take it.
I mean, is the sex that good? That's like the only thing that I could maybe think they're holding on to. Because from the last movie to this one, he's just like, the sex, the making up part, that's what keeps me going. And it's like, that can't be it. There has to be something else. Monique?
Well, to that, a lot of men, even though they try to put a front, a lot of men like crazy heifers. A lot of them do.
It's true.
Secretly, they love the crazy. Why? I don't know.
Trauma bond is why.
Come on, therapy. Now, the therapist, Kay, got the ball rolling with the therapy thing. The therapist in me, especially now that I'm older watching this film, oh gosh, Angela needs therapy ASAP. And when I say that, it's not a dig. Those that follow me know I'm very pro mental health and pro therapy. Angela is extremely insecure. I'm sure we can all agree to that. Extremely insecure. I think she is also holding on to the past because we cannot forget Marcus did cheat on her with the baby mama Keisha. So there was infidelity. Now, this is what I tell people. I feel like if you're going to accept your partner back after cheating, you cannot throw it in their face and you cannot hold it over their head. You know what I'm saying? Because at that point, why are you back with them? So I think she suffers from insecurity. I guess I don't even know what word to use, but I guess just not being able to let go of the past. And then she's also insecure, which is actually psychologically kind of messed up. And men actually do this to women a lot. Not all men, for y'all get on me, some men. The job thing. She's threatened that her husband is now in a higher position than her. She's threatened that he's making more money than her and has, I guess, I don't want to say power, but maybe there was a power dynamic and a power shift. And she's also dealing with that as well and is not able to really verbalize that the way she needs to. So again, therapy and the Lord is what would help Angela. And Marcus ain't no saint, but I don't know how he deals with her. I would probably have a migraine every day. And I would also be in therapy and on medication if I was married to anyone like Angela.
Child, I can't even give, that cheating bump because it's not like it was one-sided. They were both cheating on each other.
You're right.
So
You're
she was cheating as well. And it would be different if we got back here and Marcus was giving her the same energy she gave him in the film. Like, yeah, this is my money. I'm controlling everything. And you you wouldn't be nothing without me. It's just like, no, girl, I'm holding down the fort. We need this money. We need this job. But every 5 minutes, you're running up in here like, Angela is an embarrassment. This is a draining embarrassment. And I absolutely can't see it. But can
I ask a quick question, like 5 seconds? Would you guys say that the relationship is borderline abusive as far as verbal and mental?
Absolutely. This would be abuse to me. Like
psychological, very much so.
I couldn't have a partner like this every day because it's not even like Angela's voice is like one octave. It's just loud all the time. Like, who would want to wake up to that all the time? That's crazy. Like, relax.
In the public embarrassment, like at an airport?
No. Does anybody think that Marcus was still cheating?
No.
Okay.
I don't know. I feel like he found what he really, really needed was a place to be stable in his career. And I think that he felt like he needed it for him and for her to get off of his back at that. And she's like, so I don't need you to pay all the bills. I got it. I found something that I really, really like. I think when he feel like he's found his purpose and something to make him happy, that part of him, that brokenness part that needed to see something outside disappeared. He didn't need that anymore. The broken part of him that needed that external validation, he's finding at the job. And now while he's trying to be on the path of being okay, she's not, because she has yet to operate in her own feminine energy. And she has not embraced yet that you can have a soft life. She's still waiting for something to pop off.
Latoya said, so why he had that second phone then? Ashley, do you think
sometimes little jobs give you little, once you get in a place when you get that good job, they give you some benefits. A phone, a laptop, an iPad, a football short set, all that good stuff.
Do you think you're still cheating, Ashley?
You know what? Somebody take my phone, I'm gonna get another phone too. Like, you can't take my only means of communication. But I honestly don't. I think Marcus was really had thrown himself into his career. I didn't get any tease from him that he was still cheating. I felt like after she burnt him in movie 1, he like might have learned his lessons that it ain't good for the goose and the gander. I think he's calmed down and he's getting elderly. Like, bruh, he can't be out there like that. Yeah,
I'm tired. I'm too.
that's what he said. He's not getting older.
I'm too old for that. I don't feel like that anymore. But the fact that they are this far into their marriage and they've been together for this long, and she's still having these type of problems, I don't feel like there's any hope for their relationship whatsoever. But I do feel like it's time for a game, though. We do have time for that. Shout out to the 108 people here in this live. We really, really, really appreciate you for that. Y'all keep engaging, keep hitting that like button. Do remember that every single person here in the panel, their link is down below if you want to go on over there and subscribe and come on back and join us. Let's get into some toxic Tyler Perry.
It's 7 p.m. Friday. It's 95 degrees.
Now, getting into Tyler, we've had some diabolical husbands all up in here. 3 options here, and I'm gonna come to y'all after we roll this beautiful bean footage to see who you feel like out of the 3 options are the worst husband. Let's get on to Shannon from A Fall from Grace.
My house.
And I want an ashtray.
You son of a...
He was laughing at me.
That marriage license says our house. Ashtray. Ashtray!
And he wouldn't leave.
Easy way to say this, but our marriage has run its course.
18 years and you think you can just come in here and end it like this?
There's a truck outside, it's full of gas, and I hired some guy to take you anywhere you want to go.
No, I am not leaving! What? No! What? Get up! Get up!
Drama of it all. Claire Underwood beat the brakes off her. I'll block this out.
And I've been calling you. I've been calling you all day. See, I think you do this on purpose. Fix your hair.
I just said I was sorry.
That's not enough. I'm staying.
I just like to say he's a good man, Savannah. These are some terrible individuals. Ashley, I'm going to come to you first. Out of the 3 options, who do you feel is the worst husband? Because you got to remember in Fall from Grace, he duped her, tricked her into marrying him, got all her money, had details in the house, like all of that. Charles, everybody knew about Charles. I wanted children, Charles, and then you got old abusive Blair down there on the end. Who was the most toxic here?
Baby's Daddy Blair all day. He beat the brakes off her. Do you hear me? I was like, is he gonna throw her off the balcony? Like, y'all know how I feel. I have a love-hate relationship with Blair Underwood ever since the Cosby Show. Okay, ever since the Different World. I've loved him down. Yeah, he's been fine. He's been fine my whole life. Do you hear me? And he's big fine to this day. Zaddy Blair, but he's a maniac. He's maniacal. Look at his face right there. He slapped her up and down, tossed her around that room. No, that was the most brutal. It was I blocked this out of my mind so I could watch his movies after this. This was awful.
I brought it back, huh? I'm sorry. Well, no, you have to remember that even in every single one of these, I think except for A Fall from Grace, just like what we're going to get into with Miss Sheila, there's always traces of physical abuse with Tyler's character. So even though we didn't see it with Charles, it is very much so implied that he was laying hands on Helen for a lot of their marriage. But you're going to go with Carlos, correct?
Yeah, Carlos. I'm sticking to it. Yeah.
Monique, who's toxic here?
Oh, this was a lineup, Astra, that I still have PTSD from COVID when this project was filmed in 2 weeks and was slapped on Netflix. I still have trauma from it. Charles, we already know Charles was a piece of, so we already know, but honestly, nothing beats physical abuse for me. So Carlos Blair Underwood is definitely the number 1 pick. And like Ashley said, it took me a minute to be able to see him and not equate him to this film, but I still love Blair Underwood. One of my favorites. But yeah, Carlos, he got this one.
Okay, what about you?
Now, I got to put on shoes to be 5'2". But what we not going to do is whip my ass, because I ain't playing those games, okay? I will throw these Jordans on and we can go. Because what you're not gonna do is drag me up and through this nice house. So I'm gonna take Carlos off the table. Because see, what we not gonna do, you're not gonna drag me. I'm gonna go with Charles because how you gonna put me out of my house and then try to move somebody else in? I think that was the most diabolical. He literally put her out of that. He can't say, he didn't just say leave the house. He put her out of the house. Literally. And had somebody else come up in there and then had the nerve to want to be taken care of in his fragile state. No, that is sinister behavior. You put me out, not give me any money, move somebody else in, and then expect me to be there for you after. Oh no.
I'm definitely gonna have to go with Charles because it's one thing with Carlos in that situation. At least she wasn't married to Carlos. At least she wasn't years in with Carlos. And John River Black woman, baby, she had been down with their 14, 15 years and whatnot, tolerating Charles, all his abuse. She was his starter wife, traded her in. He was laying hands on her. She was going through stuff, losing her babies. You had children on her. Then you kicked her out and didn't give her no money. Like, I feel like the extent of the damage was running real thick. And maybe I feel like what Carlos was putting her through in that last film, I feel like Helen was probably going through similar situations for years on top of years. So I'm going to go with Charles. I'm going to go with Charles.
That's a good point because she did say 18 years, right? That's almost 20 years of my life. Yeah.
A long time.
And lost babies in the process. Oh, no.
Oh, child. Not y'all in this chat going, Christina. Y'all.
Now that scene, I would like to see Tyra, you recreate that scene, baby. Come on, actress. I need to see
that mean we reviewing a Tyler Perry film, Monique, and ain't nobody rolled up for no Tyler. That mean that one on the docket. Oh man. Let's get on into who we have coming up here next, so we can get all up into their marriage. Because Marcus, please, not them. Not these two. They had a whole lot
this
of
just escalated to a whole nother place that I didn't know Tyler Perry was able to go, and he took it.
A whole lot of prominence in this second installment. Let's get on over here into Mr. Gavin and Miss Patricia.
You want to be in control of the relationship, and now that you feel that you don't have so much control, you're just taking all your frustrations out on the man, Angie. Listen, when people tend to change in relationships, it causes us to be afraid, and then we panic, and that panic makes it worse than our fears.
Hey, Pat. You okay?
I'm fine.
Did I just hear you guys arguing in there? You can't spend your entire life just holding everything inside.
Dianne, I know that. Well, you all know that we love you very much. Gavin and I have decided to get a divorce.
Ours? Gavin, that's the money I made from my book sales. Why would I include that in the settlement?
Yeah, but Gavin, I didn't use not one of your ideas.
Oh, yes, you have. You always do. I've always been your case study. You didn't feel that way in the Bahamas, did you? When you announced that we were getting divorced in front of all our friends, you never ran that by me. That is why we're here.
Oh my God, where is this coming from?
You look in the mirror and you tell me, instead, I've been waiting for you to learn how to love me.
You know I love you, Gavin.
You tolerate me.
I'm taking
What do you care about? Okay, you just shed one tear when our son died. Whole marriage.
You're drunk.
How about this? You want to join me? Whoa! Ooh, let's drink together. No.
No, get off of me! Get off of me!
Baby, listen to me. Why do you always have to be right?
You're the only ones we heard. Gavin, no.
Huh? You like that? I love you. I love you.
Crazy.
Wait,
go.
Wait a minute. Patricia, wait a minute. Patricia, wait a minute.
You would stop party.
Patricia, wait a minute.
Y'all better get out the way.
You think this is funny?
I ain't know Tyler Perry was trying to tell us something.
Child, why did we have to go all the way here, Tyler? Why?
all the way.
Right. He went so left with this couple. With what Patricia was going through, and the moment that stood out to me, I think the moment that stands out to everybody in this movie is when they have that argument and it's all the vodka and they get like that they're really really toxic and he throwing it on her and burning the baby's pictures and he says you didn't shed a tear when our son died. Like clearly she still is not ready to deal with that, and she's dealing with it inwardly. And I think Patricia's like hella depressed. I think she's lost and she's depressed and she's still trying to be perfect Patty. Perfect Patty messed up. Perfect Patty is going to keep messing up because she's just not ready to be that to Gavin, because she can't be that to herself. She's very, very available to her friends. They're still, coming to her for everything and advice, and she's still perfect Patty in their eyes, but she's still, avoiding. We're still emotionally unavailable. Gavin is resentful and growing violent. Tyler, and divorce equals death. Like it would have been really nice to see, because people, couples have dealt with loss and losing children. So it would have been nice to see the progression of them and how they work through that in their marriage. Instead, we get it to disintegrate to this. I don't see the Gavin in the first film doing that to Patricia, burning the only photos they have of their son. Why? Like, when we get into who was wrong here, I'm sorry. I did not have a problem with Gavin wanting her to bust down that money. I did not have a problem with, we come into this marriage and we're busting every single thing down 50-50, but that I'm sure they poured into each other this entire time. I do think she mentions when she's breaking everything that, I helped you start your what has he done? Your architect business. Like it's been, and he said, well, I helped you with books. I helped you with, like, it's been give and take. So why just take that one thing and go, no, that's mine. You can take, whatever else. But we busting it down in the middle, let's bust it down. We've been together how many years? We're busting everything else down. I really do feel like that should have been included. But the behavior outside of that sit down and what he decided to do to Patricia during that argument, that was disgusting and disturbing. And that's the last thing that I would expect from Gavin. And I was just really disappointed to see Tyler go all the way here. Okay.
This was the very beginning of Tyler Perry just being completely foolish. Because when these got to the end of the movie, not from the guy busting out of the cake, which we find out later on that Malik Yoba was really New York undercover this whole time, and Tyler Perry knew it before everybody else did. How did you know that? And to him being hit by the car, then Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson coming out at the very end. So your husband gets smashed by a vehicle, and then you about to be smashed by The Rock at the very end. I'm talking. How did we get from there to there, Tyler? Why was we there? And then I feel like
I can't.
And I feel like that he was using Janet Jackson's pain at the time because this was like right after her brother passed. Mm-hmm. So he's just like, you didn't really give me no real tears in the first movie. So just think about your brother this time. So actually you can have some real tears. Because they said you didn't cry for real the first time around. Just give us the tears. Because she was crying in almost every scene in this movie. Like, was she happy at any part of the movie except at the end when The Rock came out? She was sad the whole movie.
No, what got me is we don't even know what they're arguing about. We just got out there and it was, okay, we're getting a divorce, which is insanity. If we're married, you are announcing to our friends and family or whoever that we're getting a divorce, and we haven't even talked about it as a married couple.
I was just going to say, did they ever even say a reason other than we're just splitting up? Where was the why at? Where was the canon event that took place that we would actually see that this would be happening? But no, he just took us from like 0 to 100.
Monique?
Okay, this is a lot. I'm trying to see where I want to go with this first. Let me, I like to lead with kindness first. So I have sympathy for both characters. Okay, the therapy in me, I have sympathy. Gavin, seemingly overall, like we said, especially in the first one, was a really good husband, right? He seemingly did the work, processed the passing of their child. Like, he really seemed like a great husband. Patricia was the one, perfect Patty was the one that was still just trying to be perfect Patty. And that is exhausting. If you're in a marriage with someone and you feel like you're never getting an authentic moment from them and they're always putting on, like, we're in a relationship. You shouldn't have to put on for me. So that's frustrating. Now, the second one, I agree with you all. It took a turn that was really unwarranted. I was okay with their interaction in the film, except for that one scene when they were drunk and he was burning the pictures, and that was uncomfortable for me and seemed pretty like left field, like we all said, for Gavin's character. And then the infamous scene where Janet Patricia is smashing all the stuff. I mean, like Kay said, that literally, I think that was maybe a month after Michael Jackson passed. So it was very emotional. It was just a lot going on. And to y'all's point, they never really said concrete what the issue is, but you kind of can tell what the issue is. You have a woman, perfect Patty, who again doesn't know how to be authentic, doesn't know how to be forthcoming, doesn't know how to be vulnerable, doesn't know how to be transparent, doesn't communicate. That's recipe for disaster, right? And essentially they grew apart. And then you're gonna like put him on blast and announce a divorce without telling it. That's who does that. So then the car scene, the crash scene. I was sad. I didn't know, y'all. This movie went like a plane crash. So I don't know. R.I.P. Gavin. R.I.P. Gavin.
Ashley?
They were both problematic. Here's the thing. Perfect Patty, and y'all know how I feel about her. I don't like her. I didn't like her character in the first movie. But here's the thing, right? You're counseling everybody else, and you're just as crazy as a Betsy bug. You are Looney Tunes all by yourself. She just needed that activating event. And so when he got into full abuser mode, right? Because I don't care, anybody watching that, you almost have to clutch your pearls, because what are you doing? You're pouring liquor down her throat. I was like, is he gonna SA her? What is happening?
Yeah.
It was so aggressive. It was so forceful. That didn't happen overnight. Gavin has been this person. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that she has been keeping her real self hidden is really, really sad to me, right? Because they're going on and then she's like, oh, you want to see crazy? Oh, I'll show you crazy. And I said, he wasn't ready for that level of crazy. And I'm going to say it, unpopular opinion, but I mean, he gets what he gets at the end. It is what it is. So don't put your hand on me. Don't pour liquor down my throat. Don't be abusive. And don't try to take $500,000 from something that you didn't put no work in. I didn't like it. I'll say it. You can't have my money. Now, should it have gone this far? No. But I understand her. She's unhinged. Like, she's clearly not in her right mind during any of this. But no, you don't get this bread. No. This got my daddy name on it. This got my blood on it. You can't have it.
I'm not with you. No, if we are in a 20, whatever year marriage, we're not busting everything down. Are you serious?
No, you're not. No, not for my book. Not that I put my blood, sweat,
Did you hear him?
I heard him. I didn't believe him. She said, I didn't use any of your ideas. I believe her.
I'm sure some of the assets or whatever he may have made from this architect firm that he has here, all of these things are in here. Home equity, they might have property somewhere. Like, we're busting everything down with that, because you're getting everything of what I have. Like, why are we not adding that in there?
So here's the thing. Gavin didn't really want that money. That was about hurting her. It was never about that piece of the money. He did that as an effort to get a reaction out of her, because he said she never reacted. So he knew this was going to get a response. That's why he stood on business like that. He didn't want that money. They had enough money.
Okay. I mean, he did have a good, nice job too. He was making a good amount of money as well, but I guess she was a higher earner. But
I would have loved to see them like really grieve or see like Patricia, because we could have got all these tears, Tyler, and it could have just been her opening up to this happened to our son and it's not my fault and I'm dealing with it and we're going to be like that. Them overcoming that would have been so much more impactful than us, breaking all the glassware. Like, and why we have to have it's raining.
That was clown foolery.
No,
that was really.
I want to know why we went here, Tyler. What's up with that, Tyler? Who told you to bring him? You trying to tell on Malik? Nobody told you to bring that man out there.
He was trying to tell us, and we didn't even see it coming.
Don't be trying to tell Malik Yoba's business if Malik Yoba want to be reigning man in his private life, that is his private situation, Tyler. That was
At the time, I thought this was so random. This was so. It made no sense for that
It
to
makes
take place.
not nan lick a sense.
Bro, it's random as hell. Like, since you want to act like a bee, I'm gonna bring this to your job, and like this is very particular, Tyler. But okay, I see what's going on. It's okay. It's okay. But yeah, this is not what I would have wanted. I would have loved to see them really work through the grief of losing, and Perfect Patty not be Perfect Patty and open up. Like, she literally went out as Perfect Patty. Like, I don't know. Terrible.
Can I ask a quick question? Sure. Do you think it would have been a nice ending, or okay, not nice? Would you have received the ending better if he was like critically injured in the accident, maybe even paralyzed, but he still lived and they came together and reconciled? Like, would that have been too cheesy? Or what would you rather, the death or being paralyzed?
that would have fared well better than this. Like, this was for what? Like, he's throwing vodka on her and pouring it down her throat. I
didn't like that scene. I felt like that scene was very left field. Very left.
Like Gavin from the first movie, who like didn't even he would barely raise his voice to Patricia.
Right.
Now we're like abusive. I just feel like this is really, really out of character. Like, look at Max saying yes. Max said yes, and they adopt a child. That's what I'm talking about, Max said
that would have been nicer, right? But
or like really get into, maybe they could have tried to conceive again. Like, just
that would have been too much like right for
So y'all see how they made Malik Yoba another abusive dark-skinned man and replaced him with a good light-skinned man?
We're gonna get into it because it wasn't just him. It wasn't just him that they decided to all of a sudden transform into a borderline abuser. What I am going to do is say thank you to you guys for chilling in here, because we currently have 165 people here in this live, and we appreciate you. We will be right back.
Tell me what you say now. Tell me what you said. You said that you would come again. You said that we would remain friends, but you know that I do not depend on nothing or no one. So why would you show up so uninvited? Just change my mind like that. Please don't take this personal, but you ain't. You weren't special till I made you so. You better act like you know that I've been through worse to you. I just can't keep running away. But I don't need you. I don't need you. I don't need you. I don't need you.
Oh, you don't need none of these. Nobody need nobody here. This is terrible. These are terrible relationships. Child, let's get on over here into Mike and Sheila, child, because Mike, Sheila, and Troy, because you know they got a thrumple happen. I'm gonna start with Mike because I want to get him on out the way before we tear into Troy. Mike is back, being messy Mike, but Mike now has cancer. He's hella reflective. He's all apologetic, and he's looking and seeking forgiveness before he gets taken out of this world. Would you have taken care of your cancerous, abusive ex-husband? Hell no. Ashley?
No, I'm not. And Tyler Perry must do time. And this time he needs to do time for thievery, because you stole this from Soul Food. This Lim storyline. Let's not do that. We're not gonna go to the ex to try to get your man a job. And I told y'all that her man was diabolical, but we'll get into that. But no, I'm not taking care of Mike. I'm not washing his behind. I'm not changing his diapers. I'm not taking him to chemotherapy. I'll help you find a home health aide. I'll help you find a travel nurse who can come and do that for you. No, heck no. God, I'll pray for you. That's it.
Because baby, he went to Sheila like she was like, there are people you can pay for this, and it was very much so. Who the hell is Cola? I was like, why are we gonna take this? I can find my own job, Bird. How we gonna take this time?
Yeah. It was Soul Food. It was definitely giving Soul Food.
It was definitely Soul Food.
Oh, child, you think I need him to find me a job? Like, I call it Coca-Cola because she had a body shape like the you know what I mean? Like, knock your ass out. Monique, are you taking care of your sick ex-husband, even though he was abusive, put you through hard times, knocked your head between the washer and dryer, and left you for Tricka?
No, I'm not gonna take that on. Like I said, I will definitely give him some referrals, but I'm not taking that on. I got me a husband and a family, and I ain't got time. I'm gonna pray for you. I'm gonna put you in my prayer list at church, and again, referrals.
Child. Kay, are you taking care of your abusive ex-husband and not telling your current husband about it? You just gonna sneak off and go do it because that makes sense.
That was crazy.
The scorpion in me actually holds grudges very, very much. So don't come to me talking about you sick and on shut-in list, because I'm gonna say, well, you know what? I can't interfere with the plan that God has for you over your life. So but I don't intervene in when the Lord has set forth a plan for you. So I'm gonna let Black Jesus do what he came in here to do, and best wishes, my boy.
No, because baby, I want to know where that 80-20 at. Where is that 80-20?
Where that 80-20?
The 80-20 ain't there when times get bad and we're sick. When you really need a good woman to hold you down and nurse you, take care of you, love on you. Then all of a sudden you want to reflect on a good time, and the towel was orange and the wall was orange and we had all these. We didn't. It wasn't never that.
And that's why you gotta let God do his work and let karma do what it gotta do. Let him sit there.
Well, let's get into the mess.
This is where all our money went, huh?
Don't look at it that way, please.
All our money went cheap.
Oh, hell no, Mike. What are you doing here?
I was hoping Marcus divorced your ass.
You don't check on his wife.
Say what?
That we spent our last. Baby, I don't want them to know that. Have you told them how hard it is for us right now? They're your friends. All right? I barely know them.
Was I wrong?
Did you spend your last?
Yeah.
Well, then you weren't wrong.
I don't want them in our business.
I don't care what y'all say, Sheila missed me.
Wow.
Look, we had some good time. So, Troy, how's life in Atlanta?
Don't be mad.
I'm not. I just want to go to sleep.
Okay, Mike. What the hell are you doing here?
Oh, it was orange. It was orange.
It was yellow. I remember it because of that hole in the wall. The one when you pushed me into it, my nose bled on it. Oh. And for the life of me, I couldn't get that blood up.
The mortgage is due here and back home.
I'm gonna borrow the money from Pat or Angela.
No, you're not. You must not have heard what I said in the Bahamas. No.
Troy!
Damn it, Sheila, give me some space!
Don't you ever.
I got a job. I got a job.
God.
Get up! Yo, get up! Get up!
Baby!
Talk to you, man. Get up!
Oh my God!
What? How could you be here?
You
You think I need him to get a job?
He's got cancer. I'm just taking him to kill him.
I don't care! That's how you do me?
No!
Oh, Lord. Exactly. I'm just saying. God damn, Julie from Philly, you couldn't speak up no quick. Get it out. He got cancer. Hold on. Don't hit him with the one hit Twitter. He got cancer. Like, girl, like Sheila, why were you even here, boo? Like that was not your place. That was not your job. Like we just did not have to be here. Like, I know Sheila is supposed to give the good old-fashioned God-fearing, I'm gonna do right. It's the right thing to do. So I'm gonna take care of old shaky cancerous Mike. First of all, we messed up going to our diabolical abusive ex to get our current man a job when he already has this complex and disposition and this resentment towards you, because if we would have just stayed in the mountains and I could have just been Sheriff Troy, we would have been all right. We moved here for you, okay? I'm doing this for you in our relationship, and I'm out here, and I cannot find a freaking job. Not old Troy, Sheila linking up with the first man to blink at her in the mountains after she done broke up. Like, the whole way that they even got together was just trash to begin with. It was too soon. And then all of a sudden we was in the mountains, we were losing weight, and we were married. Then yeah, we did. It moved really, really quick. And the way that Troy's temper is just escalating over now, I cannot be mad at him at the whole, I don't know your friends the way that you do. So yeah, I might not want them completely into our business. Hell, I might not want to borrow any money from them, but there is a way to handle business and the way to talk to your wife. And we ain't talking to our wife the right way. And then when you get into Sheila is still very, very traumatized from her situation with Mike. So any little disposition from Troy to where it's just like, I'm not gonna cuddle with you tonight. I just want to go to sleep. I don't want to. Well, don't you do? You don't do. I'm not like. Well, hold on. I just said I just want to go to sleep, Sheila. That's all I said. But in Sheila's mind, this is the beginning of the end. This is some similar behavior, that I was going through with Mike, and I don't want to deal with it again. I need you to touch me, love me, tell me that I'm yours. Like I need love. I need that constant affection that I wasn't getting for years to know that we are in a good place, when we know just in real life, marriages don't go like that all the time. So yeah, I think Sheila got with Troy a little too soon. And yeah, Troy needs to check his temperature at the door, because who are you talking to? Ashley?
We knew Troy was diabolical. I knew Troy was diabolical because she said, I'm not ready yet. And he said, well, baby, come on, let's go work out. She told you she wasn't ready. He pushed boundaries in the first movie. So I'm not surprised. As Kai Story said, and as Bree said, giving a little bit of Ike activity. You given Ike, Troy, and I didn't like it one bit. So here's the thing. There's multiple things. I made a list, so we'll get through it really quickly. One, why did y'all move from Colorado to Atlanta without selling the property that you had there? That's dumb, sir. Are you my leader? Are you the head of this household? Make better decisions. Two, who are you really talking to? Because I'm grown. You see where I came from. You know all my trauma wounds because I spilt it out on you the second day we met. Okay. You know everything. And now you're playing into that. Three, ain't no way I'm going to be outside because of your pride. Ain't no way. Now, could she have handled it more delicately? Yes. Could she have talked to her friends in private? Yes. But ain't no way I'm going to be outside with my baby. I'm sorry, sir. You'll be outside before me and my baby are outside. And then finally, just to wrap all this up with a bow, Troy, why are we swinging first? Talking about, oh, I know my wife. Sir, do you really know your wife? If you did, you knew she wasn't busting it open for Mike. Like, he just was so reactionary. And I feel like this has been Troy the whole time. A menace.
Wow.
Very, very reactionary. Like I peeped that comment too when they're in the bar. Like, yeah, do you know your wife? Because if you knew her the way we should, like, she's not that kind of woman. But you rolled up in here like you thought she was. Like, but this is all that anger built up because I can find my own job, Bird. Monique.
Oh my gosh. Can we do soul food next? Listen, I don't even know what to say. I liked Troy. Damn, now that I'm talking about it, really, y'all, I retract what I said in the beginning. This one, my favorite was the first one. That's what I really meant. I really meant the first one. I must have been a little drunk when I said that. Anyway, Troy. I did not like Troy in this film. We saw a different side to him. We saw a very angry Troy, very emotional Troy. And I know when a man's money is funny, it does evoke something in them. And I understand the frustration of not being able to provide for your family. I understand that can make you feel insecure, upset, even sad. However, I do feel like he could have and should have channeled his emotions a little bit better and maybe have communicated with his wife about how he was feeling. That way they could have came together as a team and really worked through those challenges. Now, the pride, right? Pride and ego sometimes will be your biggest downfall in life. I feel like, as she said, I'm not gonna be in the streets with my baby. So this is my thing. At that point, what I'm gathering, right? They spent their last. So we're at a dire financial crisis, right? Because if you spent your last for a trip, first of all, I wouldn't be going on that trip, right? I'm not going to spend my last to go on a trip. But since you did that, you got to take the pride and ego out of it. Yeah, I'm about to ask my best friends of 20 something years for some money. until we figure it out, because it's not just you and me. We have a child to provide for. So yeah, a lot of pride and ego. Now, let me get on Sheila real quick. Sheila, of all the people, the resources you have in that friend group, you went to your trifling, abusive ex-husband. You went to Mike, knowing damn well Mike is the type that would hold this over y'all's head. Why? Make it make sense. She can't, because it don't make sense. So that's where she messed up. You know, I get the cursing. Sorry. That's where she messed up there. And then you sneakily took him to keep. Why would you hide that?
Man,
I'm done.
She might see something in Troy that we don't. Like, he might pop off if he know about this, or he might not trust me if he knows about this. So let me do it in secret. Something is definitely off. In the whole, this is when we get back to the blue collar brother, because the whole reason we was on this trip was because Sheila wanted to go, because he was very much so, this is our last, but we don't need to be here.
Exactly.
She's very accustomed to old abusive Mike, but abusive Mike had a little cute coin, and she was like, finally, man, we needed this. I need this vacation. And it's like, yeah, we weren't thinking sensible, but this is, you know, we got a blue collar brother, we got a share blue collar. He had that kind of Mike money to be all in the Bahamas or wherever y'all was for extended periods of time. Sit down. This is our last, we're not spending our last to go a damn place to be kicking with our friends underneath the sun. No, stay your ass at home, Sheila. Okay.
Yeah, my smoke was going to be for Sheila as well. Because if you know this is the type of person that you have, you moving real shifty and shady like. Because if it was you, if I'm down bad, what you not gonna do is go tell your ex who treated you like the neighborhood stray dog to tell them that I'm down bad. To say, can you give her some place to work to boost her self-esteem because she down bad? What you not gonna do is that, because see, then my beef is with you then. Because if you think that I'm that low and you got to go lower, then I'm gonna have to go to hell. And so that was not cool what she did. She put herself in that. If she felt that they were drowning too much in debt and that her and her kids was about to be on the street hungry and homeless, you let Troy get himself together because he has no ties to your children. You say, you know what? When you get it together, I'll be back. Not sneakily going, oh, let me go get some money from this guy. Let me go take him here. Let me go take him. No, that's shady, because if somebody was when Mike was moving real shady with your best friend, you had a problem with it. So don't go, just because you learn how to be shady from him, don't mean you have to continue the habit. If Troy was down bad, how about since if you want to take somebody somewhere, let's take him to counseling. Better yet, let's take him to see a career counselor so he can get help for his depression and he can get a job at the same time.
Did they even mention unemployment in this film? I don't remember. No unemployment checks.
No, he was just going on.
Was Sheila a stay-at-home mom in this film?
Yes, she was. Sheila a stay-at-home, period. Sheila ain't never had no job. She didn't.
And she could have took them boys and went out
and
did what she had to do.
She went from Mike and went directly to Sheriff Troy. Sheila has not been in a position to be a part of anybody's workforce. She ain't you ain't got no job, man. She ain't no job. Let's see. Let's get into a little bit more toxic Tyler, because we always gonna do that. Because even though toxic Tyler can be toxic, sometimes he has some really good performances.
It's 7 p.m. Friday. It's 95 degrees. I ain't got no.
Sometimes Tyler has really, really great performances hitting in these movies. Let's see who we gonna come to see who did the best out of these three women here. Who gave what needed to be given in these performances? Let's see.
Got me.
I'm getting tired of your shit. You don't never buy me nothing.
Ooh.
And every time you come around, you got to bring in John, Paul, and Tyrone.
Ashley, I'm going to come to you first. Who gave you what needed to be gave out of these three performances here? Who's your favorite?
You're on mute, babe.
All her life.
Sorry, I'll be running my mouth. It's gonna be Auntie Lynn every single time. No comparison, hands down. She's the winner.
You didn't gotta think about it.
No, not at all.
Monique, what about you? Who you got?
It really is a toss up between Taraji and Lynn. I like both films, but Lynn Whitfield in this, the family reunion, baby, I hated her. At least with Taraji's character in that film, we saw growth. Lynn was a monster from the beginning to the end. So, Lynn Whitfield, you got this, boo.
What about you, Kay? Who gave you all your feels?
Lynn is gonna do it every time in every role. Okay, she every role she step in, she owns it, and I believe her. I believe her to the point that, you know what, I wouldn't even try her with anything at all. I don't have nothing for her, but yes, ma'am. Whatever you say. Every time.
I'm gonna go over there with Lynn. Every time Lynn hits that, my mother was a whore. Say, man. She sold me for $10 in a fix. Like, okay. Give her all
every time and every
give her all the things. Give Miss Josephine Baker all the things. Please. But big ups to Janet and the whole so you doing the bit. And Janet did what needed to be done. And Taraji has done what needs to be done in several Tyler Perry films at this point.
This was a good movie though. I feel it don't get a lot of recognition, but I can do that all by myself.
But yeah, Lynn Whitfield. Lynn, we need to do one that's just the mamas in the Tyler Perry universe.
Raggedy mamas is a whole conversation.
It definitely is.
Terrible.
She was a terrible mother in this film. It was disgusting what she did to her children.
But the acting was given. Y'all make sure y'all vote down there at the bottom. Who was carrying, in these good old Tyler Perry movies? Was it Miss Jackson If You're Nasty here in For Colored Girls? Was it Taraji and I Can Do Bad All By Myself? Or was it the Lynn Whitfield in My Mama Was a Whore, aka Medea's Family Reunion? let me know who y'all got down there, because child, I thought one of y'all might bite for Janet. I thought just one of y'all or Taraji.
A couple did. A couple in the chat did. They like Janet.
Y'all did in the chat. Okay.
You have to be real. It was just that one clip. The whole movie, Janet wasn't. It was one dimensional. To me, it was just she ate in that clip, and of course, that clip has now gone viral. But no, I wouldn't.
Next time I'll put Loretta there saying he walked off with all my stuff. I'll put her there, and we can keep up after that. I had a man, and he walked off. One day, a man walked off with all my stuff. Loretta.
Lord Jesus, I'll never watch it again.
Yeah, that was a one and done.
Between that and Anika Noni Rose, child, I didn't want to see it again.
Yeah,
never.
I think I saw it twice, and that was it.
Oh, and we didn't get to the little baby throwing them kids out the window.
Nope. Diabolical light skin. We're not about to do this tonight.
Let's not go there tonight. Nope.
Oh, this is a terrible way to end this film. Like, this is it. Like, nobody has, at least Tyler pretended to give us some resolutions, and it ended off as if, you know what, if we never got a second film, Why Did I Get Married feels like a completion. Part 2, we have all these things lingering in the air. Marcus down there still getting accused of cheating 24/7. Nothing was resolved there. We end off with Jilly from Philly here in Old Troy, and it's just, I'm taking him to chemo, baby, and we ain't going nowhere else after that. And then all over here, old Uncle Phil down there getting her life, hanging out with Phil, going out on dates, changing her drawers and her perfume. We ain't talking nothing about that. We just, had the accident with Gavin and a shaking Miss Jackson If You're Nasty. Go fix it. Go to your husband's. Go fight for what? Go just make it right. That's it. That's all we need. We need one of our friends to have, a death or a near-death experience, and we just automatically resolve all our problems. And then to make it worse, we ain't even a year removed from putting Gavin in the ground.
I thought it was a year later.
Barely.
It was a year. Yeah.
barely been dead a year. As if I really don't feel like that's enough time. You done lost your spouse. Y'all done been together since college days. Y'all done been, whatever. You're, even though Ashley says different, you borderline responsible for making that man go out there in a car, and we end off with Dwayne Johnson. We get rewarded in the end for our dollar behavior, Patricia. That's the first time I've seen Perfect Patty smile like that. She never look at Gavin like that.
Not the whole movie. She ain't had no smile until she seen that light bright.
She never do that. And of course, I'm taking him to chemo, baby. Chemo must have been working because Mike is still there. He's dressed in all white, feeling godly. Everybody's there to ascend on Gavin off into the evergreens, and we walking off into the sunset with Dwayne Rock Johnson. Yeah, I didn't like this ending at all. Ashley, how did you feel about this ending?
I'm unmuting. Got it. Okay, listen. I think Tyler thought he was going to do a part 3 because he left this so undone. Because after she's saying, yes, I was thinking about him while I was screwing your brains out, then what? What next? Are y'all going to stick together? Or maybe it was one of those pieces where he said, listen, I'm going to drop this film and let the audience make their own conclusions. Either way, it's whack. Janet, fix it. I don't care. Don't fix it. Run away from each other. Y'all, none of y'all need to be together again. Troy and Sheila, again, I don't think they ever should have been together. This was Bay watched this for the first time last night and he was like, that was it? What happened after that? I said, babe, that's it. He said, that's it. He said there was no resolution, and I could not agree more. There was no, I mean, I guess though, there was nothing, nada, zilch. What? It was just done. Okay.
Yeah.
Monique, were you feeling a sense of completion with these characters?
Absolutely not. It just felt like, yeah, that's it. Like something was missing. It was in no way, shape, or form complete. It felt incomplete. And I remember when I saw this came out 2009, I think, right? So I remember seeing
10, I think
10. I remember seeing it in the theaters, and I remember like the whole crowd was like, "Oh, okay, so we're gonna get a third one." It never happened. So I just felt like, yeah, like looking back now, the first one, this really could have been a one and done, right? Not everything needs a sequel. And the original was definitely the best, and I want to remember it that way. The first one.
Kay, does she deserve to walk off into the sunset with Dwayne The Rock Johnson?
She said she's trying to smell what The Rock is cooking. I mean, at this point, we might as well let her, because apparently she knew some things about her husband that he can't. Maybe that's why they divorced, because the man that popped out of that cake. She might have known something. Okay, she says she's trying to get that rock, and you know what? Well, go ahead, Patricia. And I was hoping that the cancer would take old boy out, because you know what, the way he was moving in life, how they take Gavin and not take him.
No, that's a fair point. That's a fair point.
We didn't even know. We seen how he was toxic all in the first movie, and Gavin was how you all of a sudden went from being the good guy to what the hell?
Why'd you do the voice like that?
I don't think Tyler knows what to do with the good guy. It's like he left that, like, okay, where am I supposed to go with Troy? The upstanding sheriff. Oh, let's just make him borderline. Like, what am I supposed to do with Gavin? Like, it was so many other things to do with these characters. Even his dilemma with not having a job and moving. He didn't have to. God damn it, Sheila, leave me alone. I don't care. We didn't have to do that. We didn't have to do that. Oh, this was.
Isn't that funny, Tyler? That Tyler Perry character was the only male character in the sequel that was still decent.
It was. He gonna save himself. He gonna save himself if he don't do nothing else. Getting all the way here to the very end. Ashley, do you want a third film?
Hell no. Heck, no, thank you. I'll pass.
You don't want to
respectfully.
see what happened with them?
No, respectfully. I mean, respectfully as disrespectful as I can be. Heck, nah, no. I never want to see these characters again. Do something different. Let's get something new. No, thank you.
Kay, would you be interested in a third installment?
If Tyler Perry even fixed his mouth to go and say, I'm about to start working on the script for Why Did I Get Married Part 3, I'm going to say, sir, you can kindly go to hell. You in the last few movies that you made.
Monique, would you be here for a third installment?
No.
No.
I'm okay. The first one, I want to remember it like that. So I think we just we're gonna leave this one alone.
Child, Monique said, hell no, hell no.
No.
Not. Well, you guys, that was Why Did I Get Married Part 2. We hope you had a dope time. For all of the 165 people that are here, do not go anywhere. We are about to end this live, and we are about to go and do a Fine Man live. Since it's still early, we ain't got no job. We ain't got shit to do. We got Friday. We got no job. You got to do. Even though it's Monday, we are about to have a Fine Man live. Put a 1 in the chat if you are listening and you are here. Y'all already know how the Fine Man live goes. We're going to get over there, cut it on, have a good old time, and we're going to do some verses. We're going to get a little $4.99 action happening, and for the price of that, or maybe some other things, depending on how we feeling, you can vote on your favorite Fine Man and get the panel's position on whether we feel like your man is fine or not, and even getting into some of the fellas in here. You might want us to do a versus of some beautiful women, maybe. Who knows? But stay right there. Don't move. We are about to end the chat, and we will literally be right back in like 5 minutes. Everybody got it?
Yes.
Yeah, when we do that, then we'll let y'all know over there what we got coming out next. But I just feel like it's 7 p.m. Friday and it's 95 degrees. We should
Come on.
get on over there and do that. But we are about to get out of here. Y'all be right back and come on and show us some love in about 5 minutes. Come back. As in Craig, come back. Come back. We'll be right back, y'all.
Come back.
I'm gonna end this here. I don't want that. That's not the right one. That
Girl,
was
what happened?
That was
One moment, please.
Moment, please.
Now, Tyra.
That was the right one. It wasn't. Y'all was about to twerk and stuff because people can see y'all. Don't do it. Don't do it. This is the right one. Here's the right one now. Let's get on out of here.